Welcome to Sandra P's Gen Extra. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. This is the Survivor review, Survivor Season 48. This is Episode 5, Master Class in Deception. And the Master Class in Deception they're talking about is Kyle and Camilla just got, some would consider the most powerful member of the Golden, not the, I want to call them the Golden Girls, but it's not, California Girls Alliance out of the game, Thomas. And I was happy to see Thomas go because Thomas got on my nerves from day one. He was just such a manipulator and trying to really maneuver. But some people really love Thomas's game. They love that type play. But I will have to give Thomas his respect for the way that he left. He did say, he was shocked. Everybody, their faces were hanging open. If you saw my review last week, it's at the end of the review, just my reaction to his getting blindsided by Kyle and Camilla. But he did give Kyle respect. He said, an idol, and he just loved it. He loved it because he's a game player, and he loved the way that the game ended. Not the fact that he went home, but the blind side. The blind side was great. So we end up going back to Camp Vula, and Joe hasn't said a word. Sahin, Sahin, I have to figure out how to say his name. I have to listen to when they say it. He is talking to Kyle. Kyle is apologetic, but what Kyle did was really smart. He said, I wanted to go with you guys because the California Girls Alliance, they still don't know that Camilla and Kyle are really working together. And so he said, I wanted to go with you guys, but when I got back to camp, I felt like someone had rifled through my bag. And Camilla told Kyle that they had rifled through his bag. Luckily, they didn't find an idol. So Soren's like, we understand that. Good play, great play. Joe's still not saying too much, but they agree that they're going to have to work together because they're in an ideal situation. They had such a messy, they had a messy tribal. So the other teams are going to automatically think that they're going against each other. So the next day, we have Lagi and Siva walking into the Reward Challenge, upbeat, cheering like they usually do. Jeff always points it out. Vula is dragging in. Vula always drags in, and especially because they just got back from Tribal Council. And when the other tribes see the configuration, they see that Thomas is gone. Bianca in particular is like, oh my God, because she feels like Thomas is her number one. Even though they're now dispersed among other tribes, Thomas has his tentacles in a little bit of everything. Bianca, it was his number one. Joe was his number one. Sayan was his number one. Eva, she was kind of on the bottom of that tribe, but Star was below Eva. So there was just all these different configurations. But when they see that Thomas is gone, or the tribes are chattering about it, that's another thing I love about the challenges with Survivor. You get to see the tribe that went to Tribal Council and see what happened and kind of speculate. So this is not the immunity. This is for a challenge. Jeff tells them that they are going to get a chance to go to a place called the Sanctuary. And the Sanctuary is where they go. They have an amazing lunch. They just get to chill out. This lunch is going to be donuts, and then the savory is going to be ham and cheese croissants. And it sounds excellent, especially with the people being so hungry. So the winner of the challenge goes to Sanctuary. They have a runner-up as well. The team that comes in second, the runner-up, they get lunch catered or delivered to their campsite. And it's the same thing, but it's a smaller portion, I guess. Ham and cheese croissants, and then the donuts. Got nothing for the losers. Jeff loves to say that. Say sits out the challenge, and Jeff asks why. He don't usually ask why, but he asked why, and she said, I've played in every challenge. I get to take a break. I get to set out, which is true, but she's not the only one that played in every challenge, and that comes up later. And another reason why Say is playing in every challenge is because when she was on Vula Tribe, they were losing every week, so you're going to be in every challenge, but this is going to come up later. Lagi and Vula, the game that they're playing, is competitive. They're 2-2, and it's something where they're throwing balls. There's a sand bar. There's all kind of stuff going on. Siva is behind. Mitch finally scores for his tribe. David ends up winning for Lagi, so that is the tribe that is going to go to the Sanctuary. The tribe that comes in next is Mitch's tribe. Mary's on that tribe. Well, no, Mary's on the tribe with David. So with going to the Sanctuary, Mary was so excited. Now, remember, Mary came off the Voodoo tribe with Cedric, Say, and they had voted out Justin. They voted out Steph. They'd gone to three tribal councils. So Mary is excited. And she said, it feels amazing to win. We still got food left over from the other day. We still got fruit. And then we get to go over there and eat. And Say's face is just sour. So they put the camera on her, of course, because you know Say is she got something to say. Jeff asked about it, and she said, there is such a thing as being a good winner and not rubbing things in and not bragging. There's an humble winner. Say was really preaching, and she was giving it to Mary because people thought Mary was bragging, or Say thought she was bragging. Confessional Mitch said, you can feel something and not say it. I felt like she should not have said anything. I kind of agree with Mitch because, again, this is going to come up later. So, Bianca says that her number one's gone. She's worried about it. Confessional Bianca keeps talking about the fact that Thomas is no longer in the game. Confessional Bianca also brought up the fact that she was one of the people that went on a journey and lost her vote. So that is going to come back to haunt later. Chrissy has a problem with Say sitting out. And she says, I played every challenge as well. And then for you to sit out and say you've played every challenge as well and that you deserve a break. And Say says, it doesn't matter. I do deserve a break. I have been losing so much. And Chrissy that didn't sit well with her. So we find out that Say is annoying her new tribe. I always say I root for Say, and I am still pulling for Say, but some of the things she was doing this episode, I could see why the tribe was getting a little annoyed. She could censor what she says just a little bit, especially when you're annoying people, Say. So Mitch and Chrissy are having conversations about Say. They want her out. They have a conversation with Bianca. They want Bianca on their side because with this new tribe configuration, it is 2 and 2. It's Say and Cedric, and it is Chrissy and Mitch. And then Bianca's in the middle. She was the odd woman out on this tribe. But she doesn't have a vote, and she's scared to tell anybody because then she'll be an easy target. She'll be an easy vote to just get out. So Cedric and Say are talking separately. They want to still stay together as an alliance, even though it's only 2 of them left. Still stay together and then bring Bianca in. So Bianca feels like she's in a good position for someone without a vote. She is able to kind of ride the middle. So Mitch and Chrissy they're antagonized by Say in her mouth because she's so frank. And they decide to work with Bianca. Lagi tribe, we get to go to Sanctuary with them. They are celebrating. They're filling up with food. The thing that's always disgusted me, I feel like they could try to wash their hands a little better. Just get in the ocean and wash their hands. When they show, like, the food looks great. And then when they show their dirty fingers, just stuffing the food in their mouth, it's kind of disgusting. But they've been out there for 9 days at this point, so they don't care anything about that. The Lagi tribe is excited. They're excited for David. Remember, David, the tribes talk about food all the time. That's the way they get to know each other. David has let everyone know that he drinks milk every day. It's his favorite drink. Chocolate milk is his absolute favorite. And they have this jug of milk that looks like it's put there just specifically for David. And Mary is like, we're so excited. David gets his milk. He's excited. Everybody's eating the croissants, the donuts. He's just excited over drinking this milk. Because they're so deprived out there. They don't have a lot. They recently got fruit, and they have usually rice and whatever they catch in the ocean, but they are longing for food. So they start to kind of bond a little bit, talking. Eva is kind of sitting aside because she says with her autism, she's so afraid that she's going to miss social cues, but she says she doesn't like Charity. I feel the same, Eva. I said that in an earlier review. Something about Charity is really sneaky. And the way Charity talks about David as if he's somebody for her to just lead around on a string. I don't care for Charity too much. Charity's the flight attendant. So Star assures Mary, you are an humble winner. She said, maybe Say is just a poor loser. The thing about Star, I'm noticing Star doesn't talk a lot, and Star has been going off a lot trying to solve this Beware challenge by herself. But Star is protective of her tribe, and she encouraged Mary. She tried to make Mary feel better about Say kind of fussing her out about what she said when they won a challenge and were able to go to the sanctuary. So Vula is on their beach. They have their lunch delivered. The food is great. Everybody's eating. They start to tell their stories. We find out that they all have so much in common. Sohan his parents are from from Iran. They're Iranians. His father was actually in the Iranian Air Force under the Shah of Iran. They had to actually leave the country under great risk to themselves. We know that Camilla is she's half Guyanese, but her father is Sri Lankan. And there was some upheaval in Sri Lanka, and the father was a victim of that. But he's still alive. They made it out of the country. But Camila just says what they're going through on Survivor is nothing compared to what the actual parents went through. We find out that Joe's parents, his mother is a white woman, his father is a dark-skinned black man. They're from Virginia during the Jim Crow era. This is before Love versus Virginia, before it's even legal for black and whites to marry. So we find that out about Joe. All of that was so interesting. Everybody has their story. Kyle, they all decided the four of them, they're going to be together as a group. And then we know Joe, when they get back together, Eva is like a daughter to him, so she may bond in as well. But it was just good to see the tribes getting some time together to bond, to talk to each other, to eat, all with the exception of Siva. So they go next. They have the immunity tribe. Not the immunity tribe. They have the immunity challenge. So the immunity challenge, the teams are going head to head. Vula and Siva are leading, and Eva is really struggling for Lagi with what she's trying to do. Each member of the team has to put a little ball in a thing or something. I'm sorry about these challenges. You just have to see them. They're really hard to describe. So the challenges, they end up with Vula winning immunity. They come in first. Next, everybody is watching Eva struggle, and she's saying, I can't do it, I can't do it. Now, we know Eva has revealed to the audience that she has autism. She's also revealed it to Joe, and she tells him how he can calm her down. It's one of the first episodes or two when they were back on their tribe, and she just felt that Joe was a person that she trusted. He's a fire captain, and she ended up sharing this story with him. So as things start to get more escalated, because the challenge isn't over yet. Only one slot has been won for the team that wins immunity. The pressure is on Eva with her team, and her team is being so encouraging. Charities saying, you can do it, Eva, you can do it, you can do it. And Eva's like, I can't do it. She's crying. She's getting really agitated, really excited. Her ball goes in, and she ends up winning immunity, the second one winning immunity for her tribe. So she is still so excited, and the energy level is so high. She's shaking, she's crying. Jeff and the tribe start to see that this is something else that's going on. If you've ever been around anyone who is on the spectrum, if they have Eva says she has episodes. Sometimes it is really hard to get them centered and get them back to a calm place. And Eva was at that state. She was really upset. And Joe was looking at her. There's a picture of Joe. I might try to find that for the thumbnail. He is fixated, trying to get the eye contact, but that's not working. Eva's too far gone. She is so upset and excited that she won, but trying to pull herself together. And Jeff is saying, Eva, what's going on? And she's sharing her story that she has autism. He said, Joe, you want to give Eva a hug? He knows they have a history. And I don't know, maybe Survivor knew. Maybe she disclosed that to Survivor. But he said, Joe, you want to give Eva a hug? He went over there and hugged Eva. He starts talking her down, holding her hands. Like she said, just hold my hands, help steady me, center me. And it was really a touching moment. And Eva started telling the three tribes as a whole, telling Jeff, she said that she was diagnosed pretty early, and the doctors actually told her parents that the best she could hope for was to one day grow up and marry someone that also had autism or was also on the spectrum. And also they said that she would never live independently. They didn't speak life over Eva. Some of these doctors, I don't know what they're thinking about, because the spectrum is just that. You don't know what is going to happen for that person to either excel or maybe not meet expectations. But that was a dire prediction that is not true. Eva is at Brown University. I think she's a doctoral candidate, but I know she plays on a male hockey team. She's a brilliant young lady and a hard worker. So let's see, my notes. I'm talking about Joe and Eva, that moment. The other thing, I made a note of it. It kind of concerned me. I sometimes Survivor, in my opinion, will let things go a little too far for TV. Because what if Eva had not been able to center herself and get back right? It went on a little too long. She was really upset. If you've been around anyone having an episode, you have to step in and do something. And eventually they did, but it was a poignant moment, but I'm glad it did end when it did. And I'm glad Eva got to tell her story to the team. And it is good that it ended up on TV so people can see what someone on the spectrum has to overcome. So Siva ends up losing. So Chrissy, Bianca, and Mitch are going to their first tribal council. Cedric and Say are old hats. They've been to at least 3 tribal councils. Bianca doesn't have a vote and nobody knows about it. And she's afraid to tell anybody about it. So the Lagi tribe discuss Eva's story. They're talking about the challenges. Star is again speaking up. The first few episodes, they really didn't show a lot of Star. They show people conspiring against Star because she had the Beware challenge and she wasn't sharing it with anyone. She says, I want to play a clean game. I want to compliment you, Eva. You are so brave. You know, you're one of us. We are all one tribe. Even though Eva and Star had been on the same tribe, and Confessional Eva even said, wow, 8 or 9 days in now, Star and I are getting to know each other and we might be close. But Eva had kind of gotten on my nerves early on when they were on the other tribe because Eva was targeting Star for what I felt like was no reason. We find out from Eva that Eva doesn't like Charity. She told us that when they went out on the sanctuary. But Star really was protective of Eva now. And she said, I want to play a clean game. She said, I have the Beware challenge. And Eva said, I knew it. I asked you straight out and I told everybody. Eva's so funny. She's one of those, to kind of like Say with kind of having really no filter. Because she knew Star had it. Everybody knew Star had it. But they had kind of decided we're not going to help her with it if she doesn't ask. So Star would go off for hours. That's one of the reasons she became a target, trying to solve this puzzle. And she couldn't. So Eva is the cylinder. Eva's working with the letters, inlet, silent, listen. She gets it and she opens it. It is an immunity idol. Star says, Eva, you opened it, it's yours. Star gave Eva her immunity idol. I hope this does not come back to bite Star. I wouldn't have done that. I would not have done that. Now we'll see if that makes Eva have any more if she's any more open to Star, because I felt like Eva had been unfair to Star and also targeting Star. I just couldn't believe she gave her the immunity idol. That's her safety in this game. That's her life in this game. And she said they've been together 11 days. Now she considers Star her ally. I hope this doesn't bite Star eventually, but I think it will. Oh man, I was shocked when she did that. So we go back on the other tribe. Bianca's telling Cedric that she wants to work with them and that Mitch and Chrissy don't want to work with Say. They want to vote Say out. So she's trying to kind of get a feel on what Cedric thinks because everybody knows, Say has let people know that Cedric has written her name down before. So Say had the nerve to tell Bianca that Cedric is like a dog and that he can't really walk unless he is on a leash. So, and this was the same type of thing that kind of got on my nerves when Charity said it about David. So now we got Say saying this about Cedric, who is one of her alliance members. So I don't know. Say, I'm not with you. I'm with you usually, but I'm not with you there. I can't. Cedric is not on a leash. And he voted against Say twice, to me, with good reason, because he was considering keeping her or Justin because she was going through so much. Say gets into it with all of the different tribe members. And I understand why. I know she wants to attack this game and go at it hard. But sometimes you just have to chill a little bit. And chill is not her personality. So Bianca is saying that if she is at the bottom of 4, they can still utilize her. They go off to tribal council. Jeff is telling the three of you, this is your first time here. Say and Cedric have actually, they're well versed in tribal council. Chrissy is looking all around. She thinks it's cool. And it is, the way they have it set up with the fire and everything, how you light your torch when you come in. Fire's your life in the game. And when your torch snuff, you're going home. So that was pretty good. Chrissy says that, you know, it's her first tribal council. Say is sitting up there giving advice about make sure you have all the information before you make your decisions, this and that. She's directing it at Chrissy. Chrissy said, you know, I'll consider it. So as they vote, Bianca's still trying to play both sides. We find out Bianca has actually told Cedric that she doesn't have a vote. Cedric has not really said what he's going to do, but as the votes start to come in, there is a vote for Say, which we believe that Chrissy and Mitch and Bianca were going to vote for Say, but there's one vote for Say, there's one vote for Bianca. Bianca's eyes are like, she's already nervous, but now she is really extremely upset and nervous. So the Chrissy says, after the vote, there is another vote for Bianca. And Bianca immediately starts crying. Jeff read, you know, however many person, fifth person, I think, voted out of the game. Bianca, she started crying. And Say voted for Chrissy, of course, because she said she's going to vote for Chrissy. They were getting into it. But she looks around like, what the? She didn't know. Again, Say was left out. Because I don't know if Say would have went back and told Bianca. I don't know what. But Chrissy and Cedric knew. And Chrissy actually had to point out in tribal, she said there were only 4 votes. Did you notice that? She said to Say. Say is like, no, I didn't notice that. So Say didn't even notice that Bianca didn't have a vote. Bianca congratulates the team. And Cedric and Chrissy ended up voting for Bianca. Bianca tells them, good luck, guys. And again, that wasn't Jeff said they end on another blind side. So this was a pretty good episode. And next week, I like the fact that they didn't leave us in suspense. They come into a challenge and Jeff says, everybody drop your buffs. And then people say, oh my goodness, 13 is wild. 13 is a pretty good number. It's an odd number. There are still people there that have worked together before. So I'm looking forward to this. This is a pretty good episode. So thank everybody for watching my little recap. Mainly, I like to give a little recap, but then also just like to give my opinion on the players and different things that are going on in the game at the time. So thank you for stopping by Sandra P's Gen Extra. And I will be back. I'm trying to do the Survivor reviews on Thursday. Since I get to watch it either late Wednesday night or Thursday morning, I think Thursday would be a good day for me to put out my Survivor reviews. And I'll just do it as a premiere and see how that works out. I'm trying different things with the reviews. So everybody have a great rest of your day. Thank you for stopping by Sandra P's Gen Extra. Please like the video. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love it if you're subscribed. It's a free way to support the channel. And I'm about 20 away from one of my goals. So as you subscribe, you're helping me meet a goal. And I thank you so much. Have a great day. Goodbye.